war, part of the conflict comes back with them. We seem to forget that sometimes and don't realize in these struggles for peace and freedom there are invisible wounds inflicted that need our attention. In these conflicts, mental wounds have outnumbered physical ones. Post-traumatic stress disorder and traumatic brain injury has been called the war signature injuries. In recent years, rates of substance abuse and suicides among veterans have also ticked steadily upward. A certain number of veterans suffering from mental health issues will invariably end up in prison or in jails around the country. After Vietnam, the number of inmates with prior military service rose steadily until reaching a peak in 1985, when more than 1 in 5 was a veteran. That's 20% of our prison population were Vietnam veterans. By 1988, more than half of those Vietnam veterans diagnosed with PTSD reported that they had been arrested. More than 1/3 reported they had been arrested multiple times, apparently getting into trouble with the law no matter where they go. Today's veterans advocate fear that unless they receive proper support, a similar epidemic may befall soldiers returning from Iraq and Afghanistan. This is a reality check we need to efface and address. No one knows how many veterans are incarcerated, but the most recent survey, compiled by the Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Statistics in 2004, found that nearly 1 in 10 inmates in U.S. jails had prior military service. That's 10% of the entire criminal justice system. Drawing conclusions to the prison population, or the total prison population, this means approximately 200,000 veterans are behind bars. It would likely take years for the numbers to reflect the toll on veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan. It must be recognized that the numbers will grow in the near future as most veterans don't get in trouble with the law immediately. There are time gaps. There's usually a big gap of time between leaving the service and entering the criminal justice system. Since the recession, a meager job market has made it difficult for many veterans to find steady employment. While prospects for soldiers has improved recently, the employment rate for veterans remains stubbornly lower than the rate for non-veterans. Even if they can find a job, the kind of employment available now don't capture the skills the soldiers have developed. There is a transitional problem we have to understand. They've gone from a situation where they're at the top of their form to where it's hard to find a place that honors them for what they've done. Think about it. Many soldiers, unable or unwilling to get treatment for psychological problems, self-medicate with alcohol and drugs. Meanwhile, the VA's hospitals have become increasingly liberal in prescribing powerful drugs. According to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, pain relievers issued to members of the military quadrupled between 2001 and 2009. As more drugs are prescribed, more soldiers have developed dependencies or addictions. According to a study by the Institute of Medicine, the rate of prescription drug abuse among veterans saw a 5-fold increase between 2002 and 2008. It's just more cost effective and takes fewer man hours to write a prescription than to sit and talk to a veteran about what they really need in life and how to adjust coming home and staying out of prison. The combination of unemployment, substance abuse, mental health issues, and a shortage of adequate counseling creates a perfect storm for sending veterans into the criminal justice system. This is the formula, this is the combination that creates the perfect storm for veterans. The bottom line is, many soldiers begin to suffer adjustment difficulties even before leaving the service. Sadly, this is the truth. Soldiers begin to suffer trying to make adjustments before they even leave the service. A special thanks to our veterans who served us with honor and gave their all in the name of freedom and liberty. We recognize the fact that you deserve respect and dignity becoming your efforts to keep us free from foreign and domestic enemies. We honor you and pray you are well and healing as you travel this most difficult journey together. As always, I thank you for watching my video. Be safe out there and take care of each other.